Why we start recording and first thing I see is McKinley laughing in the screen and shit. Yo, laughing at
I
yo,
didn't. I
giggly,
wasn't
giggly.
laughing, bro. Like,
Man, we back
And
with another episode of MKZ the podcast. Man, we back with our first special guest. The boy always back in the building. What's up? Oh, how you living?
yes, what's good, y'all? Well, I'm glad to be here.
Welcome, welcome. It's a
What's
pleasure to
good? What's
have you
good?
again. Pleasure to have you again. Key, how you living?
Living good, man. Living large.
Good.
Literally.
Heard you. And then McKinley, you was already laughing like shit, so you must be having a great day. You giggly, giggly ass.
gotta be censored for the children out there.
I respect that. I respect that. As
What
y'all can
them
see,
kids?
as y'all can see, I'm in yet another background. I'm at an airport, so it's always something going on. But fuck it, we gonna get this content out for y'all boys.
What's the two times everywhere? Tell them where you at,
He
two times.
capping.
I
He
am,
screen. He capping.
I am as what as my friends would call the land of the fish. I'm in the land of the fish. I'm
I
in
made it
Atlanta,
my way.
Georgia.
The
I'm in that.
transformer.
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, the land of the fish. But
Shit,
it's okay.
shit.
It's okay. I had a great time, and
What you just said?
them people were very, very welcoming and friendly to me.
What you
So.
just said?
That boy in the aquarium right now.
Hey,
Atlanta
just chill,
Aquarium.
just chill, just
mm,
chill, man. Let's get the episode started. So we want to start with our usual question of the day. First question of the day for everybody. You feel free to leave your opinions in the comment section down below. But first question of the day is: would you rather earn 1 cent every time you take a step, or would you rather earn $1 for every time you jump? Some shit we seen on social media. We kind of wanted to pose the question to the audience, see how they felt. Who want to start?
You, I can start if y'all want.
Shit, fuck you, Keith.
mm,
Take the lead.
So the obvious answer, right,
Okay, okay.
is the penny. The penny is the obvious answer. But I'm thinking about a situation in life right now for me. Think what
mhm.
situation in life for me right now. And for me right now, I'm definitely taking $1, bro. Cause you gotta think about it. If I do 100 jumping jacks
Man, you
every
know damn well
day,
you ain't doing no goddamn 100
yes,
You know
I,
he
jumping
ain't
jacks.
doing
yes,
no
I
Yes,
used to
he
do
is.
that. I used to do
My
that,
dog doing that for that
especially for
bread.
a dollar.
Crazy,
For a dollar,
crazy.
$100 a day. Not only am I getting $1 per $100 per day, I'm also exercising at the same time. While at the same time, I mean, you take how many steps a day? You don't even know how many steps. You might take like a couple thousand steps a day, but that's not gonna give you $100 a day, bro. There's no way. Like you gotta take
So
100 steps
okay,
for
but
$1.
see, but then this is when you have to think about it, from a certain perspective because now you have to think about the jumping. Because let's be real, how often are you jumping? You're not key.
You're right.
I know you're not
It's not
jumping.
about how often you're
It's
jumping.
not. It's not.
You're
I
gonna
was like,
make.
if I
You're gonna take the option to jump for money, and you're gonna start jumping.
See, and that's the problem
yeah,
with us black folk right
exactly,
there. We're gonna start jumping whenever that money call. That's the problem.
Hell yeah,
exactly.
because look,
Imagine the workout.
You get the group chat and say, let's go to the club.
Right.
Fuck that, I'm gonna just jump in the crib like 60 to 70. Bruh, I'm doing 200 jumps in the house. Pay for all my joints to get in the section bottles. Bro, you just gotta do
What?
300 jumps. Yeah.
he
That,
like
that,
he
that
like
nigga said, so we hungry.
he like I got a night on the town planned out. Let me get these jumps out the way just so I know I got enough bread. I got enough,
Exactly.
I got enough bread
You
planned.
hungry as fuck?
Fuck it.
Few little jumps.
Fuck it. You tell your shawty I want roof. You want roof, Chris? Let me get these 400 jumps out the way for you, real.
Hey, imagine you on a date
400
with a
points.
girl, bruh. You on a date with a girl, you see the chick like I'm short. You just go to the bathroom and get it jumping.
You get the jump, you get to work.
Let me get that.
Fuck,
You gotta yeah.
fuck, fuck washing dishes. I'm in the bathroom. I'm jumping. Man, I feel like I'll go next. I feel like I'm gonna go with the steps, bro. I already know y'all said that's a logical answer, and I see where y'all coming from the jump perspective. See, the jump perspective is a very like on demand type of perspective. I feel like it's like you running low on
Mm.
some cash. You like, let me knock out these jumps. Let me do what I got to do. Whatever, get my bread up real quick. But I feel like I personally would prefer just taking a bit of the burden away from a bit from my fucking mental and thinking, okay, I know I need some bread right now. I'm gonna start jumping. Whereas I don't even think when I take steps. You feel me? Like I'm stepping all day. I don't even know how many steps I take a day, but I know damn sure it's a lot. So
Hmm.
I know it's not gonna equate to that same amount of jumping that I could put in one sitting if I really wanted to. But I feel like over time, when I get later on, I'm not gonna be wanting to get my ass up and do no damn jumping jacks. Bro. So, I mean, that's just me. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I think I'll rock with the steps and get my little penny, build my little brick by brick like Franklin from damn Snowfall. But
Yeah,
bring my little brick by
because
brick and I'll be good.
yeah, every now and then you just check the step account. You know what? I'll use the step money today. Yeah, I
Now,
feel it.
now if I get in
Yeah.
a damn accident and my legs are grits, I'm grits. Say goodbye to me.
Yeah, what if you get one leg? Does the hop count as a step or is it a jump?
You so bogus.
Shit.
You're,
Oh shit.
you're so bogus. You're so bogus. What you taking? Oh, what you think?
I feel like the jump is better because if it's not a step anymore. So if I lose both my legs, well, I'm still hopping off a hip. Dang.
I respect it. I respect it. I respect it. McKinley, what you think before we get into the talks of this shitty NBA finals that we're watching? And shitty, I only say shitty because of
No.
the Heat. It's a great NBA finals, but it's horrible because of my team. So go ahead.
So I had to do a little bit of research.
Oh wow.
So the average human takes about 5,000 steps a day. So, and that equates to around $83. So just
Mm.
imagine, on average, in a day, without even thinking about it, you're making $83 a day. And you didn't have to think about it. You didn't have to put no extra effort. You're just walking normally. And obviously, for those who exercise, those who like, if you in places like New York, where everything's a walkable distance, and so you're gonna walk everywhere. Obviously, you feel me? They making more bread. So obviously, the logical answer is the steps with every cent, because it's damn near like passive income. It's income that you don't even got to think
But
about.
but what if I jump 83 times two in one day? So now I'm a day ahead of you. Like I got that money already. You know what I mean?
But guess
But
what?
are you
As you
gonna
get
do it
older,
though?
it's gonna be harder to jump. Your knees, man, your knees ain't gonna. You feel me?
Knee pads.
I
Nigga
feel
said
you.
knee pads. Nigga gonna need braces in this hole.
Nah.
Nah, that's a good first
But
question.
y'all finna start walking more too.
You damn right. I'm finna
Yeah.
be hitting this.
Yeah.
Listen, while I'm waiting in this airport, I'm finna be walking, pacing back and forth, making sure I
What? Come
get
on,
my bread
man.
up. I think that's a cool way to open this episode, man. It's a pleasure to be back with y'all. A pleasure for everybody to come tune in with us again. We're winding
Yeah.
down on our finals episodes. It's unfortunate, it's looking like the sun may be setting in Miami. We're currently down 3-1. We apologize for not getting the episode out for the last game. We've Everybody's been dealing with so much. Key just about to move into a new spot, right? Key about to be in a new spot.
Yeah.
He's doing big things. I just got into my master's program, so I've been focusing on that for a little
Hell, I
bit.
forgot to ask about that.
Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. I just got my admission. I'm just waiting on the job to hunker down and offer me. But everything is looking smooth on my side. So that's just a bit of our
Yeah.
reasoning for missing last episode. But we're here to talk about both games today. It was not an eventful trip back to Miami for the Miami Heat, but for the Denver Nuggets, they came and they did what they were supposed to do, and they basically took command of this series. So, from the outside looking in, all I can say is the Heat just have to capitalize on those same opportunities that they've done in the past, as far as making adjustments and seeing if they can bring this thing back to Miami, because the same way Boston had to come back against us, like a game at a time, is the same way we're gonna have to claw out of this series. And if Max Strus keeps giving me fucking 0 points a game, I just don't know. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. But who wanna share their insights of what they saw about these game three and game four and the back home at the crib? Mackenzie, you wanna go first?
Yeah. So game three, two 30-point triple doubles is not. It's not much you can do about that. They played amazing. Hats off to Jokic and Murray. You feel me? They hit timely shots. The role players hit timely shots. You seen the emergence of Christian Brown. He played with great energy, great effort. He cut very well, and he was just their spark off the bench when Bruce Brown couldn't give it to him that night. And then we seen in Game Four, the Bruce Brown was the guy that just gave him that spark that they needed. Because Jamal, we did a great job on Jokic and Jamal. Jokic had got 5 fouls, and unfortunately, when he got out, we couldn't shrink down the lead. We only shrinked it down to one. By the time he got back in, within like what, in a 5 6 minute span that they played without him. So And then game 4 was just a game with turnovers. You ain't gonna win the game with 15 turnovers, man. It's, and obviously in these last 2 games we haven't shot the ball well from three at all. Around like what 31, 32% from both games. So that is just a recipe for disaster, especially with that highly overpowered Nuggets team.
Okay, so you took a moment to speak about a lot about how the Heat, just kind of shot themselves in the foot. Oh, as somebody who's come on the show previously and has let us know that, hey, listen, I understand you guys are having the Cinderella run right now, but y'all are going up against some big ass behemoths on the other side, and Jokic and Murray. So you kind of kept it realistic for us. So how do you feel like the Nuggets have been able to just capitalize on the opportunity and make use of their first trip to the NBA Finals?
Um, it was like I had a feeling it might be sad, but and like it's even like you, the Heat just simply don't have enough good players. Like they need someone else like that's consistently a good scorer, like a Jalen Brown maybe, even though he has his inconsistency problems too.
Mhm.
But I don't know, like because like McKenny just said, the overpowered Nuggets team. The Heat seem overpowered sometimes too. Like I remember it was one game at this playoffs where like seven of them had 15 points. It's like you gotta get better. What are you gonna do to beat a team that does that? And yeah, they just don't have enough. Don't have enough.
Yeah, it's like every other game we get just a different Heat team. And I know I read some articles and I saw some reports after Game 3 just about the main issue with that Heat team, and something that kind of jumped off the screen for me. I don't know if it did for you guys while watching, but it's just like effort at certain times just seemed to be an issue. And I know comfort can be a certain thing that guys might fall into. You just steal Game 2, which a lot of people thought was a steal. You come back to the crib and we're hoping you could maintain that same level of enthusiasm in that game. But as we see, we come out sloppy and games just slow down and guys just have big games and there's only so much we could do. So I don't know what the answer is, but Key, just speak on whatever you want to speak on with these last 2 games we saw between the Nuggets and the Heat, man. Because as you can see, I'm kind of defeated, but I'm gonna keep my head up for my damn team. Shit, fuck it.
It's you put around the money. I noticed last game. I didn't see that effort. Like Kyle Lowry, Kevin Love. You seen Kevin Love
Yes,
diving on the floor. You seen Kyle
yes.
Lowry fighting. Like, and then my thing is, I remember what I said about the Nuggets, about them wanting to beat the Lakers. Okay, they lost to the Lakers, and they have to get over that hump. It felt like that's kind of like Miami, because Miami lost to Boston last year, had all this talk against them, had all the world against them. They smile and talking shit to the Boston Celtics. They finally beat Boston, and to finally, it's like, oh shit, what do we do now? And I say that because Kyle Lowry and Kevin Love, they both won a championship. They've both been there multiple times. Well, once for Kyle Lowry, but they put that effort out there. While I'm seeing players like Gabriel
Hmm.
Vincent, he's in foul trouble. Okay, I get that. But you're not diving for like Kyle Lowry. You're not like what's his name again? Mark Jackson was saying how Kyle Lowry was applying pressure while driving to the paint, which helped put Jokic in foul trouble and kicking out the shooters. Gabe wasn't doing that. Gabe was putting up jump shots and doing shit like that.
Hmm.
And
Lackadaisical. I remember the commentators saying Kyle Lowry was doing a good job keeping the basically
yeah,
just like pushing the ball up the court.
he's making big shots. He's like he felt like he's been there, and I think Miami hasn't been there. They're not all experienced because from the assistants in 2020 team, only players on that team was what Bam and Jimmy and Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. Anybody else I don't remember on that team since then. And these guys, they're not hitting their shots. They're not playing with much effort. To me, they're not getting the same. It's not heat culture out there like I usually see in these past few playoff series. Because I said in the beginning, for them to beat this team, Jimmy has to step it up, which I don't know what happened to Jimmy. I guess maybe the team, how they play, affected his play too. Because usually he just carries his team and usually he just put big numbers up regardless. But this series, he's been like a little bit, lacking in that area. I don't know, maybe because he's hurt, like we said before, he was hurt or something. He had one big game when he started off hot. The third game, he had like 28 points, but they still end up losing
Hmm.
because no one else can hit shots. No one else can really put up the numbers, and it's going to be hard. I say it's going to be
Yeah,
hard. Like Caleb Murray was shooting like what 47% of three last series. What's going on this series? I understand he's not starting, but he's getting opportunity. He's getting burned. I don't know. I just like I said. I do like Miami, but I'm realistic with history and knowing that they're going to LeBron James come at 3-1. And like I said, him and Kyrie had to drop 41, and he dropped 41 in back-to-back games. Unless Jimmy does that and Bam goes stupid, and these guys start doing like how they usually do. 'Cause I
Right.
did mention that Miami does play hard when they back against the wall,
Hmm.
but I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
And I feel that. And I feel that.
I had
And
a
we
small
honest.
theory about that.
Oh, go
I had a small
ahead.
theory about that Jimmy Butler thing. Like it seemed like that series, like they focused, like the main focus level. We got to stop Jimmy Butler. So they were like face guarding him. They were really trying to clamp him. But it seemed like he was like, I don't care. Like his mentality was, I don't care. Like I'm finna score on whatever is in front of me. But
Yeah.
this series kind of seems like, yeah, I'm tired, bro. They not giving me any opening. Let me just pass the ball. It's like he's not even trying to go through the turbulence.
Yeah, it goes
Mm.
back to that, kind of just the precedent that's been extended in the past few episodes that we've been speaking of, and just his, level-headedness when it comes to these situations. And I feel like, a lot of games we're seeing him being very passive, like you spoke on. Just being very
Yep.
hesitant on certain situations that we didn't see last series. So, it's definitely like just a different energy that's been surrounding this series, and it's been something that you know has kind of looked more so like giving into the stereotype. I mean, giving into the hype and the expectations or whatever. All the predictions that have been saying that the Heat are going to come here and lay down. Yeah, we took a game, but these last two games were very much in our favor, and we could have done something with them, and it just didn't happen. So, I want to ask you guys. We spoke about coaching earlier, and one of our biggest segments recently was just Eric Spoelstra and his commitment to the coaching culture that he's created over there at the Miami Heat, and ultimately being one of the best coaches in the league. Do we feel like this series has been a coaching you know issue as far as the Heat are concerned, or is just the players and just the schemes around the team and just what's going on? What you guys think?
I think Eric Spoelstra is doing the most with what he has. He just doesn't have the facilities for that big man. Because I
Facts,
know I know Eric Spoelstra most likely is right now as we speak giving himself a headache on how to stop this shit. But
facts,
I
and
think he needs more.
right. I feel like it is more so the team and the players themselves, but I feel like in some instances our offense is just getting very stagnant. Like we're trying to run that two-man game with Bam and Duncan. When that's not working, we're trying to give it to Jimmy, let him ISO down one of the wings, down one of the baselines. When that's not working, we're saying, okay, Jokic is sleeping on Bam. Let's give him the post. I mean, the ball at the high post. See what he does with it. And it's not that same flowing Heat offense that we saw throughout the playoffs, but it's more so give it to one guy. If our bread and butter is not hitting off rip, then we're moving on to the next thing, and then it's just a whole bunch of it's very very like no ball movement. I've been seeing throughout the series more so, and I've been seeing a lot of guys just try to go one on one at their guys, which it can work to certain extents, but
Yeah.
when you're playing a team that is like the Denver Nuggets and they have the size and the ability to do things on both sides of the floor. Smack talked about how Christian Brown came out here and he had a breakout performance in game three it was, so it's like when you got guys that are relatively rotational guys at the end of the bench giving you numbers that you would expect in the fourth quarter from your superstar guys. It's like how can you even deal with that? So like is there anything that the Heat can do going back to Denver now for this game five? Do you think there's anything that he can do as far as extending the series one more game, or do you think that we just gotta throw in the cap and call it a Heat loss in this year's NBA Finals?
Um, Fuck that. I don't care if we down 3-0. Never just throw in the cat. At least try to fight. Go like die
Yeah, I
fight.
mean they
But it,
But
but if you
yeah,
had to
it's
put your
been
money
proven
on it,
they're better when they're back against the wall.
it is true. But
you said,
if y'all had to put your money on it, what are y'all going with?
oh, yeah, I go with Denver, but probably not next game. Maybe at home, hopefully. But
So you got us
uh,
so you got us extending the series one more game at least.
at least, hopefully, at least they try to. But back to what you're saying about the coaching thing, Denver, bro. I don't know if you guys feel it when you watch the games, but Denver is like it's so hard playing basketball against them. It's like it reminds me sometimes when I play fucking 2K. It's like if you can't get a bucket, like McKinney said, you can't if you stop doing turnovers. Like if you can't do anything on offense, Denver. I want to see the percentage, but they have a high percentage of scoring on every possession. I don't think they ever miss, and even sometimes if they do miss, they get offensive rebounds, and it just goes back up. And it's
Yes.
just it's so like I'm watching the game, and it reminds me of when he was playing the Lakers. It's like no matter what the Miami Heat do, Denver has an answer for it. And if Miami Heat don't get out that gutter, bro, Denver's gonna keep going and keep going and keep going.
Hmm.
Last game, it wasn't even a great game for Denver. They weren't shooting that well. They just had a great team performance. And I say Aaron Gordon did good, but Aaron Gordon just kept. If you see, he kept bailing them out. They double team Murray. Murray passed to the Jokic. Jokic have no one to throw it to. Aaron Gordon got little ass Caleb Martin on him. Throw it up. Nigga, reverse
Yeah.
layup midair. Like
It's
it's just no matter
too
what they did. You know what I'm saying?
too much weapons.
Too much. It's bro.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's like if my I was saying this since like game two when Miami won, and like even game two was like a sloppy game and they won that. I was saying like we've seen Nuggets at their full power. What they've been doing this whole playoff series from the first round to this round. Why haven't we seen Miami do what they do since the first round to this round? And like I said, maybe they just started because of the finals. I don't want to say life's too big for them boys. I don't know what's going on, but I understand. Like, it's even like for coaching for Eric Spoelstra, it's really hard because it's like, what the hell can you do against this team? You're too small. You can't play small. But can they have small players like Bruce Brown and Chris Brown? If you try to go big with Cody's other big goofy ass, you got Aaron Gordon with Jokic, and then he put Jeff Green at small for only nigga that's on the court as small as hell is Jamal Murray, and then he gonna cook the hell whoever regardless. You, it, them boys had
Even
to hit
he
the
getting
shots.
us.
Yeah, I feel
Even
like
he
it's.
getting rebounds.
I feel like it's kind of gotten to that point where this team has reached their peak as far as everybody buying into what they contribute to their system, and everybody trying to produce that at the highest level that they can. So we're seeing guys like Bruce Brown. We're seeing guys like you know Aaron Gordon come out here and be like, listen, I'm not going to get the touches that a Yoke may have, or I might not get the touches that Jamal Murray may have, but I'm damn sure going to make use of this when the ball comes my way, you know? And it's been a team
Um,
that has come out here with just a certain level of grit, a certain level of understanding. And I feel like, something that kind of goes undervalued is just the value of vets on your team. And like
mhm.
after that loss to the Heat in game two, hearing Jeff Green come out and just speak about, like, listen, like this is the NBA Finals, and then we've been hearing him with mic'd up in a lot of these games. I saw a whole discussion he was having
Very
with
good.
Aaron Gordon. Like
Easy.
it's a respect thing that's over there with the vets, and these are the players that are like, listen, I understand you guys have never been here before. I saw Mike Malone. He was in the locker room talking to the guys, and he was just pointing out certain guys and how long their careers have been and how many times they've been to the NBA Finals. Majority of them saying this is their first trip to the NBA Finals. So it just shows you how one off, such a level of greatness and such a level of success is in this league, and it's something that they're not taking for granted, and they're trying to grasp with every being in their body. So, McKinley, I just want to pose one question to you, just to get you back in the swing of things. As far as the Heat's future is concerned. Okay, I'm not here to, of course, we still got games to play, and the series is not over yet. But there have been rumblings in the media, and one of those major rumblings being Damian Lillard and his talks about wanting out of Portland, and he's him speaking about how the Heat were one of his um, options that he wouldn't mind being traded to. Do you feel like that would be a beneficial addition to this team, or do you feel as though we just got to work with what we got and trying to make those subtle improvements as they come along? Because we already made it to the NBA Finals, and nobody could take that away from us. So.
I feel like that'll be a great improvement because really just having like a dominant scorer because we know like Jimmy can be a scorer, but like we know we clearly can see and what he's clearly preaching out. Like that's not who he's trying to be or make or is made to be out. He's a team first guy. Jimmy's perfectly content scoring 0 points and winning the game. So obvious. So knowing that Jimmy's that type of person, and obviously Bam, we've been kind of waiting on his development, just not even just to be a scorer, but just be well, yeah, score, but like a little bit more consistent with like 20 points, maybe reaching that up there. But clearly, he's gonna stay around that 20 to 18 point range. So far, that's what it's looking like. So having Dame would be great because he kind of just takes that on that scoring role and that lead guard, and he just brings more attention, and that allows to take pressure off Jimmy and Bam, giving them easier shots. And plus, it kind of like limits our guard depth because as we see with this roster, we got a ton of guards. Like we got to name, we got Lowry, Struz, Gabe, Tyler, Victor. That's five guards right there. So trading for him will eliminate some of those guards and kind of bring more of a sense. And and it sucks that we're losing depth in bodies, but we have a lot of guards and we kind of gotta get rid of some of them at some point, especially because we can't pay all of them with all their great performances that they have. So I feel like it'd be a great move
Okay,
for us
okay.
to
So,
make.
right, right. Okay, so McKinley spoke about it being beneficial, being that we can kind of unload on some of the top heavy guard play that we may have coming up, especially the guys we got to pay. Oh, do you feel as though that move would be beneficial for the Miami Heat, or do you feel as though it would be something similar to what we saw with the Phoenix Suns, where you trade for that superstar player, and them and Kevin Durant, us and Damian Lillard, and now you're losing some guys on the back end that proved to be, quite vital to the success that you guys have garnered up until this point. So, do you feel like it's worth the loss that we would have to lose in trade, or do you feel as though just that influential of a piece to bring over to South Beach?
I think it'll be very beneficial because, like what Kevon was talking about earlier, like you stop one thing, the next thing scores. Like Nuggets score almost every possession, score, score, score. Their defense isn't great. They're just gonna score more than you. Heat have to be able to score points, and Damian Lillard is a bucket getter. Everyone knows that. So straight up, that would definitely be beneficial. And I also think KD's trade was beneficial too. They just traded him late in the season. I don't think you can be that harsh on that judgment.
Okay, respectable, respectable. I know I shared a take early on, I believe one of the earlier episodes where I was saying them losing Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges was quite big, just for just like the versatility of the team is concerned. But I see what you're saying, where
Yeah.
some of those top tier guys are just guys you got to bite the bullet on when it comes to some of the guys you brought in, and hope that they bring in the success that they're supposed to bring in. So I feel like, unless Key, you want to share your opinion on this topic, or you want to lead us in the next? Because I have a question I want to pose to the audience as well.
Real quick. Yeah, I think same thing I was going to say before. I feel like Tyler Hero will probably help this team out if he could put some buckets on the court for them. He's an actual scorer, and having Dame is definitely beneficial. Also, another thing is this offseason has a lot of good role players, in my opinion, that he could pick up too for like cheap. So they could trade for Dame, pick up nice, good role players that's in the market right now, like players that's there, like Jay Crowder and Brooke Lopez could be a good pickup. Or even like shit, he could probably go for a Kyrie Irving or James Harden. That's not even being talked about. That could probably potentially happen. So I feel like any type of scorer around this team, because people say the Heat culture is all about Heat culture, was like, yeah, we need a scorer, bro. You don't have us, bro. Let's score for us. Everyone's worried about everything else. We'll switch you around because they switch around Tyler Hero. So what's the problem? You feel me? But yeah, you go on to the next one. That's my opinion on that.
Okay, respectable, respectable. Now, the next question I just wanted to pose, just as we go towards just the predictions of the next game and how we feel like the rest of the series is going to pan out. I just want to ask, why do we feel like Denver, being what we've been seeing in these playoffs and in the season, to be honest, like it hasn't begun this playoffs. This team is the number one seed in the regular season for a reason. So when it comes to the Denver Nuggets, why do we feel like their name didn't come up in title discussions as much as they've been proving it should have with the performances of their top guys. A lot of times in the title discussion, you heard the Celtics, you heard the Bucks. Shit, I was hearing the Lakers before I was hearing, which the Lakers had a great season, but I was hearing the Lakers before I was hearing the Denver Nuggets. So why do you feel like that team has just been slept on as far as their capabilities are concerned? And what do you feel like how do you feel like they're benefiting from teams not really talking about them as the title favorites from the beginning? Oh, you want to start?
I think, yeah, I think people were patient. I think like people were like patient, like they were holding the gun because everyone knows Nuggets are always like a top seed and they always do well and they're gonna make it at least past first round in the playoffs. But I guess everyone was just unsure if they would take that next step this year or not. Nobody knew.
Right. Key, what you think?
I agree. It's the same with the Bucks. I remember in the Bucks when same. It's crazy how it's the same scenario. Giannis had an MVP in two, and he was doing really good in the regular season. But it was like, is Giannis really gonna make that next hunt? Because he lost to Kawhi. He had lost to LeBron, not LeBron. Who lost to again before? He lost to Kawhi. He lost to somebody else in the playoffs.
The
And
Celtics.
the Celtics, yeah. And they kept saying, yeah, you're good in regular season, but can you do the same thing? And me personally, I felt the same way about the Nuggets. Like, okay, you guys look good, but can you guys take that next step? Because every time you go in the playoffs, you play against the Warriors or you play against another good team, you guys just don't execute. And this year they finally doing it, and now they're going to be part conversations, saying like the Bucks. And similar how the Bucks just lost, now everybody turned against the Bucks. They fired the head coach, and they saying the Bucks ain't that good team like we thought they were. It's like no, bro. It's just like Jonas said, it's failure. Failure comes with it, and eventually you're gonna win one. You know, you just keep grinding. We know Giannis is one of the best players in the world. We know Jokic is one of the best players in the world. Just keep working at it. You're gonna get there. You know, fuck what the media say. That's me. I don't really look into that shit to be honest with you.
I respect it. I respect it. It's funny because now we are technically parts of the media, but shit, fuck
Yeah,
it.
new media.
No, but I feel you. I feel you in that, at the end of the day, it's just going to be certain markets and just certain partnerships that might not get the credit and adulation that it deserves. And, that's kind of like a life lesson that you can take into life because, a lot of times you might feel like you're working harder than the next guy, but you might not be getting that same, respect or credit that you feel like you deserve. But at the end of the day, you keep your head down, you work like these guys in Denver have been working, the truth is going to come to the light at some point, and that's what it's looking like right now for these Denver Nuggets. McKinley, you want to share something about Denver being swept on in the beginning, or you want to start us off in the predictions for Game 5?
Um, I'll, I'll I'll finish it off with Denver's. So I feel like to build off what O said, he's right because obviously always been consistently a great regular season team around top, like what 4 seed at least for their minimum. And obviously when they reach to the playoffs, they play good teams, and then they do perform well. And obviously I feel like what people didn't understand was, at least for this year, was like the pieces starting to come together now because now they had added a KCP, they added Jeff Green now, Bruce Brown, and then obviously we seen Christian Brown doing some things. Even though in the earlier series that they played, he wasn't really a big factor, but obviously now people are knowing his name now. And then obviously Jamal Murray coming back, they took his time and made sure they let him know that you're gonna be one of our guys. So I feel like this year, like all the pieces really came together, and they was able to really build something, and lo and behold, like they becoming this unstoppable team, and then Jokic is just playing at an unworldly level. He's playing like he is the best player in the league right now. So I feel like with all of that, people kind of just slept on and thought, okay, the Nuggets they're gonna go like second round, maybe Western Conference Finals, lose to a team like the Warriors or the Lakers. Because obviously a lot of people had the Lakers winning that series thinking it was gonna be like a rematch like in the bubble, but clearly they showed that they were the better team. So I feel like that was one of the reasons why people didn't see him as a true contender team.
That's real. That's real. Well, I mean, we're talking good about the Nuggets right now. I know we've gotten some comments about us not really showing love to Denver the way we should, of being Heat fans. So we wanted to make sure that we come out here and say the positives that they so rightfully deserve. But they haven't won the series yet. So Smack, if you want to get us started on just your prediction for Game 5 and how you think the game is going to turn out, just off of how you've seen the series progress and how you saw these last 2 games in Miami take place.
Well, what I'm kind of predicting is, the nice little never kind of relaxes because you're at home, you're up 3-1. It feels good right now. You're at a high place. Obviously the altitude, you got the altitude working in your favor. The fan, it's gonna be rocking. So I feel like hopefully, which Denver, I can't even lie, they've been showing like they have not been playing with none of the teams that they played with. They've been taking every game serious. They only had really one game of really mental lapses where they kind of just messed up, and then after that it's been good. But I feel like it's just human nature to kind of just be a little easy because kind of like let your guard down for a little bit because you're feeling high right now. You're this close, and so what I'm feeling is they come a little slow because they're relaxed, and then they're gonna play with a fire because they know this could be it. This one arguably could be your last game, and if you really want to continue this, you're gonna have to fight with everything you got. You got 3 more games to win, so I feel like UD, Arvet, and obviously Spo is trying to get them guys going and trying to show, and Kevin Love too as well. Show like, yo, Like I've been here before, like Kevin Love, I've been here down 3-1. It's one game at a time. And obviously Jimmy, I feel like he's gonna come with a little bit of a fire. We're gonna see similar aggressiveness in the first quarter, and then really hopefully guys could just hit shots because I don't really expect the Heat to turn over the ball as much as they did last game because they've been doing a good job of taking care of the ball, these series. So I don't really see like a 15 turnover game happening, and really just gonna come down to defense and just hitting threes, really, to kind of keep it simple for everybody. Because and if you look in these past few games, the only game we won, we shot 49%, close to 50% from three. Every other game, we shot 30%. So if we could knock down some threes at least a decent clip, we gonna have a great chance.
Okay, so gun to your head, money on the line. Who's winning Game Five? What's the score?
I gotta go with the Heat. As like I had like, cause I can't even lie, for my earlier predictions, I had the Nuggets winning Game Four, and then Nuggets they probably win this game too as well. But now they're back against the wall, and they didn't win Game Three was what I predicted. So I gotta go with the Heat. The team is a little too high. And score, I say I go 109 to 104.
So you got the Heat by five.
Yeah.
Oh, looking around when you said the Heat, he's like, this nigga go again with his Heat pride, still trying to lead the way as far
No,
as far as skills.
I
No,
wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that.
no, I'm just talking. Key. What you think? What do you think for Game Five? And then we could have me and O round it off. What you think, Key?
It's the same thing.
Damn.
Like the format doesn't change. Uh, like you brought up Miami shooting on 50%. That shit's hard, bro. That's top peak. Like to do that, like that shit really hard. I don't. I think Miami has to win, but I don't think it relies mostly on threes. I just think they have to get the ball in the basket regardless. And I saw a thing where they said about Max Strus missing most of his open shots. It's not only him; it's like everybody else missing a lot of open shots. Because, like we said, Denver is not really that great defensively, in my opinion. They have an okay defender, Gordon, but outside of that, they most just outscore you. And Miami has to take advantage of that somehow. They have to get their shots up. And like I said, if they could get their shots up, and Jimmy also has to play aggressive, um, they could win. I want to go with Miami because they never went out sad this series, but then again, they haven't been like this series either. So hopefully they don't come out sad like that. Hopefully they win this game. I have to go with them to win this game too. This to get even to get like a really good final series too, because this shit has been like what the f, bro. So I got them to do that. I think that they do come out with fire. Jimmy was talking crazy, not talking crazy, but he was talking confident, and he did that last time, and they end up winning. So hopefully they win this game. Um, I think they, like I said, they just have to make the shots, take good care of the ball. Because even if when I saw the game in the first half, the Nuggets had more turnovers than Miami. That second half, they're just a conundrum. I don't know what the hell just happened. So they could, replicate within the first half, keep the lead, be confident, take good, smart shots, and hustle. Fight for every damn thing, bro. If someone's toenail is out, take off their toenail. Fight for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to go out there like it's their last game, bro. There is no tomorrow, bro. There is no tomorrow. So I got Miami. I predict that shit going to be like 115 to 112. Like last Sunday, like 115 to 112, a close game, but big game. Um, hopefully my is the rest are ready to play. That's my prediction. That's what I gotta say.
Respectable take from my good man Kevon Reed. Um, we'll let our special guest close it off. So I guess I'll share my predictions for Game Five. Like I said, I didn't really get the chance to catch Game Four due to the circumstances that we talked about a bit earlier in the episode. But from what I've seen, I have seen the Heat in a position that I've in my lifetime at least. Well, other than when Braun was here, but in my lifetime, I don't really feel like I've seen the Miami Heat with their back against the wall like they were um, in Game Seven of that Boston series. And for them to go out there and maintain that same level headedness and maintain that grit that was taken to win that in their home. I feel like that was, of course, it's not a bigger, the bigger stakes, bigger circumstances, being that this is the NBA Finals now, but just the idea of a game seven away from home as opposed to a game five. I think the Heat are going to bring that same energy to game five, and this might be the Heat and me talking, but I feel as though the Heat are going to come out here and they're going to do what they have been the only team to do since March, and that's win a game over there in Denver. Um, I think they're going to repeat and get at least game two dub and at least bring it back to Miami. Now, what they do at home with in the bright lights and with all the celebrities and everybody, we saw Kai, we saw a whole bunch of people at the game at these last few games. So, what they do at home with that pressure, I don't know. I'm not going to speak on it because we've seen Jokic come out there, put his head down and give us 30, 20, and 10, which is insane. But I think we handle game five, and it's going to be a very close one. But I think we win. I don't want to say it's going to be high scoring because I truly don't have faith in the shooters the way that you guys might. You guys know how I feel about them damn shooters. But I think that it's going to be a relatively lower scoring game. I'm going to give it 105 to 102. That's my prediction for game five. Oh, what you think?
So I think Denver is coming for Heat's culture in a way because I think Denver is starting to kind of create a culture of like aggressively dominating, bro. Like we don't care. Oh, we're at Miami's home now. We won both away games. Like they won both away games against Los Angeles. They swept them. Like they like really proven dominance. But it's a weird gut feeling that I feel like it's gonna be a game where Jokic scores a lot of points, like 30 points. But there's gonna be someone random on the Heat who just goes off, like just hitting every single 3 pointer. He might just win that shit. But like, damn, I really can't. I don't know if I can give a prediction because you know I'll go Denver, 116 to 114.
Ooh, my boy got the score right out too. 116, 114 Denver, you said?
Yep.
So we're gonna watch an unfortunate title celebration at the end of game five tomorrow. Is that what our special guest is predicting?
Yeah,
It breaks my heart. That's the
that
only
makes
reason.
sense.
That's the only reason I repeat it because it breaks my heart. But I mean, we made it this far, shit, and you might be the only one with your head on straight right now. Even though I feel like the Heat are gonna fight and put in a quality performance, but I don't know, man.
'Cause I'm trying to go back. I'm trying to go back to the teams that the Heat beat. Like some games, I just felt like Bucks didn't play that well. I felt like a lot of games the Heat won against Celtics. Celtics simply played poor. So I'm thinking like they going against a team who don't do that poor shit. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's gonna be good. So I think they lose.
I respect it. Well, I feel like, with all that being said, I feel like we can at least attest to the fact that it has been a quality NBA season. It's not over yet, of course, but being that its end could be looming tomorrow night, it's been a quality NBA season. I've seen the recent trend on Twitter where it's like this has got to been the funniest NBA season of all time, just because of
Facts.
some of the shit we've seen. Like I feel like that we can round it off with that. What do y'all think has been off the top of your head? I know it's kind of difficult on the spot, but like off the top of your head, what do you guys feel as though it's been like just the funniest moment for you this series? I mean, this season. If I if I was to pick one, I just recently seen that Draymond play again, and it's just. I'm gonna just say Draymond Green as a collective, because he has just been, and I know people hate, players like Draymond sometimes, or Patrick Beverly, or guys that, you know, kind of break the mold for what an NBA player should be and are a bit more outspoken. But he's just been hilarious, bro. He started off the season perfectly by sticking this nigga Jordan Poole. It was a perfect
Jordan Poole,
it was a
bruh.
it was a perfect start, and the fact that it was on video, like the fact that it was on video was just like so hilarious to me because just like, bro, we
Shout out to TMZ.
literally we watched this man get walked down on. He shoves this nigga and he catches the right piece. You feel me? Like a 20-piece nugget, real quick, boom. Like it was hilarious to start with him. Then, just like with the Warriors, ups and downs during the season, he had different things to say. He had different things he was putting in the media. We know he did it. He was running his podcast after games. It was just so many funny things that was going on with that man. I remember when LeBron was about to break the scoring record, he was like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to say fuck this game. I'm trying to pull up to go see my nigga break the scoring record. Like, it's been so funny with him. And then like I saw a clip of him calling for the ball, calling for the ball. He didn't get y'all seen this? Calling for the ball, calling for the ball. He
Yeah.
didn't get it. Nigga literally quits mid, like he's literally like, all right, fuck. Like it's like playing with guys in pickup. It's like, yo, give me the rock. I'm open. I'm open. I'm open. They don't get it. They're like, all right, pouting and whining,
Right.
crying. You know how I go, walking off the court, and then turnover for the Warriors. Like clips like that. Him after big playoff losses, I don't give a damn. I'm going to my hotel room. I'm recording my podcast. The new media that Kevon has spoken to, like he's been a shining light. I feel like in the reality TV side of the NBA. So I feel like he has definitely been my funniest aspect of this season. Who want to go next?
I can
Um,
say Grant Williams said, I'm gonna make both of them. He said,
That
I'm
was
gonna go. I'm
that
gonna make both. I'm gonna make both.
I seen that clip too.
Trash.
Yo, he's been hilarious too. He's been hilarious too.
bro, there's so
Mm-mm.
many, bro. Like,
Off the top of your head, which one do you feel like comes to mind the most? Because this has been a very, very just hilarious NBA season if you actually just look at it and see what took place.
I think about it's been hilarious. It's been drama. I'm thinking about the Nets. How we thought the Nets were gonna be like finals team to win. They were hooping. KD and Kyrie hooping. One day Kyrie goes to get traded. What? Then Kyrie goes to the Mavs. KD goes to the Suns. Become Bridges and Boys slide. That shit was nuts. The whole Dylan Brooks shit, that was nuts. Even throughout the whole season, he was doing dumb shit. Then he went to the Lakers and he started doing that shit with LeBron. I don't poke bears, head ass. Then he gets fucking kicked off the team.
Oh my God, that might have been the funniest.
Yeah,
Him getting
bro.
kicked off.
Then he get kicked off the team. They
Mhm.
say he's not gonna play there no more. Damn, I can't. Um, shit. What else,
Shannon
bro?
Sharp was funny.
Shannon Sharp
I
against the
didn't.
Grizzlies was hilarious.
He was. Oh yeah, him
Yeah,
fighting with the boys on the
yeah,
sideline.
it was hilarious. You already brought up Dylan Brooks. I forgot that clip where Clay got smacked in the back of the head, big play. Y'all seen that clip, right? I forgot
I
I
don't
forgot what
know.
happened, but he was on a fast break. Dude accidentally
He
smacked him on the back of the head, bro. It's like playing with your
put.
uncle or some shit at the cookout.
Oh shit! I remember
Oh, I
Murray was
know
doing
what
that
you're
to a lot of
talking
niggas.
about. I think it was against the Rockets.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was something like that. I
Y'all
remember.
niggas think what you talking about.
Little boy, that boy.
I'm just
So you going with
I'm
so you
saying
going
Murray
with
was doing that shit.
5 minutes.
you going with Dylan Brooks for yours, Keith?
Y'all go to Brooks. Him getting cut was hilarious. That was
Okay,
nuts.
for sure. Well, if you guys feel like we missed out on any funny moments from this season, feel free to drop yours in the comment section down below. But I mean, that's all we got for today. I mean, as you can see, this episode is kind of somber, kind of,
One thing
Kelly.
we
kind of,
forgot
But
was
low
Patrick
key
Beverly.
because. Oh, go ahead, McKenna.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
one thing we
camera.
forgot Patrick Beverly this whole season,
oh
bro.
yeah, well the
Patrick
He's
Beverly.
been another one, bro.
big ass goof, bro. He to the camera. Hey, yo, ref, you see this?
Yeah. How?
Bro, you know what's crazy? It's like those type of players, like they'll do something like Dylan Brooks, Grant Williams, Draymond Green, Patrick Beverly. I feel like those guys have been guys that have had multiple, like just dumbass moments that have made the season a great season. Like I remember seeing Patrick Beverly like when D'Lo got traded to the damn Lakers. I remember seeing him tweet like, "Oh, we reunited" or some shit, and then this nigga
oh yeah.
he sipped out right.
he
He
get
shipped
he
out
It's
get
right.
traded.
dumbass.
He shipped
So
out
I
right.
wanted to get traded. I wanted to leave.
Right.
Stuff like this, bro. This was the funniest moment in NBA to this NBA. This one right here, bro. This moment right here was the funniest moment, bro.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
for
When this
bro.
bro.
nigga LeBron was like,
When he threw his whole
Yeah, Yeah, bro. That nigga been in the league too long because he's
Yo.
starting to treat it like it's his house now. He got on the floor like it was the court inside of his mansion.
Inside of his crib, bro. It was a
Like,
hilarious
are you
season.
serious? I'm like, I'm looking at the game like, I get it, we lost, but damn,
Right, right. And I know MKZ didn't really get started up at the very beginning of the season, being that we started at the beginning of
oh
2023.
man,
But
yeah,
it has been, we just want to thank y'all, like we always do, for just, coming along this journey with us and just helping document, these sports and these different things that we've been able to document. Thank you for people like O, who's always been, here and willing to help us out whenever we need help. So, it's always love for the people around us and the fans and shit like that. Like we preached about in the last few episodes, we really don't want this podcast to just be mainly sports oriented. I know we understand. I know sports is going to be our biggest thing, being that you know at the end of the day we feel as though we have kind of put ourselves in position to talk about a lot of these things, and this is just some shit that we started from like the PlayStation parties that we used to be in. But we want to open the floor to different conversations, and that's the plan that we're going to be moving forward with, especially during this summer, being that the sport world is going to be a bit slower and things of that nature. We're definitely going to be having different guests on and having just different discussions about everything pertaining to life. So like we did, I believe episode 2 it was, where we were posing different questions about our views towards different things. We're definitely going to be bringing
yeah,
that back, and we're looking forward to y'all's participation and helping us have these open conversations and just have fun with this shit, bro. Because at the end of the day, we're not really looking at the numbers. We're not looking at you know all that shit. Like we just started this from a perspective of like friends kicking it, you know, and just having a great time, having good conversation. So, we do have plans of taking it as big as it could be, but we're having fun with it right now. We just, we'll hope that you guys are willing to come along this journey with us. So that's all. That's really all I got. I'm done with my little fucking Martin Luther King speech. I appreciate y'all for everything. Key, McKinley, O, anything else y'all want to add before we get the fuck up out of here? Appreciate y'all boys, of course.
fuck Mike Malone, all head bitch.
Is Jamal Murray a top 5 point guard now?
Uh-uh.
Ooh, that's spicy. That's spicy. Y'all answer that question in the comments. Is Jamal Murray a top 5 point guard? I'm not gonna answer it now. I'll be in the comments right there with y'all answering that question for O. Smack. Anything to add before we get up out of here?
Was this final series a boring series? I've been seeing a
Oh
lot of
yeah, yeah.
pushback on that on Twitter.
No,
I'm not hearing that.
no.
No, it was not a boring series. I'm done with that shit. But hey, great question. We gonna open it up to the audience to answer those. I'm gonna be out of here, y'all. Coming back to Miami, Florida. Out of here. I'm gonna be out of here very soon. But it's been a pleasure. Thank y'all for joining us once again. This episode will be going up same time we've been dropping the finals episode. So about an hour to 2 hours before game time. Get ready to tune in and just chop it up with us. And yeah, we'll be back whenever the fuck the series ends. We'll be back. So love y'all boys, man. MKC is out there, so gang.